In this lecture, we are going to see two different options that you can use to make dates selectable or non-selectable in a range. Suppose you are developing an online booking system for doctors. That is, you want to ask the date of appointment from a user. So I have added text like date of appointment, and I have also added an input element and made it a date picker. So as you see here, once the user clicks, the calendar will appear. Suppose you want to allow the user to book the appointment from a specific date only. For example, if I try to book on 3rd of August 2016, I should be able to select a date only from 10th. That is a date only after 1 week of booking date. Okay. So in this case, I want to make the user be able to select the date only from 10th. So I can use the option min date so that if I set the min date to 10th, the user will be able to select the date of appointment only 10th. So let's see how to use that. Min date is an option, so I need to put it within curly braces. Min date, D needs to be in capital. You can specify the min date in 3 ways. One is as an object, second is using numbers, and third is using strings. So here only after 1 week the date of appointment should be selectable. So here I can just specify a number 7. So it is after 7 days, and let's see the difference. Refresh. See, only from 10th the user will be able to select his preferred date of appointment. So suppose the user wants to see the doctor on 11th, he can click 11th. But he will not be able to select any date before 10th. So even the left arrow is now disabled here because 10th is the min date. Instead of 7, you can also specify the value as a string like 1W, means it will be 1 week. So if you specify the value as a string, D stands for day, W stands for week, M stands for month, and Y stands for year. So let's see it now. Refresh. Let me click. See, we are getting the same. Let me remove this. Okay. 10th. Still, the user will not be able to select a date before 10th. So here what we are actually doing, we are disabling the dates in a range. The date on or after 10th will be selectable or enabled, and the date before 10th will be disabled or non-selectable. So as I have already mentioned, you can mention this as a string, a number, or even as an object. Suppose you want to specify it as an object. Let me specify new date. You can specify the date object in many different ways. These are some of the ways in which you can specify a date as an object. If you specify the date in this format, that is year, month, date, this month starts from 0. So here if you specify 8, it will be September. So it should be 26th September 2016. That will be the min date. So let's see that. Let me specify here that value. Okay. Save. Refresh. Let me click. See, before 26th is disabled. So only after 26th we will be able to select, and all the dates before 26th will be disabled. You can specify the same date in all these formats. If you specify it as a string, it will be 9 itself. That is, September will be represented as 9 itself. Whereas if you represent the date in this format, here it will start from 0. So it should be 8. So you can set the value of min date as an object like this, or as a number. Suppose I specify -6. What will happen? The min date will be 6 days before the current date, that is today. Today is 3rd. So let me refresh. Okay. This is 3rd. So the min date is set as 28th, as we have specified less 6. So from 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the min date. So you can represent the min date as a number. Suppose I specify plus 10. What will happen? The min date should be 10 days from today. So let me click. See, it is 13 now because today's 3 plus 10 means 13. So you can set the value of min date as a number. Then you can also set the value as a string. Suppose you specify plus 1m and plus 3d. What will happen? The min date will be after 1 month and 3 days from today. So today is 3rd of August. So let me click. See, the min date is now 6th of September, which means 1 month from today means it will be 3rd September as today is 3rd August. Then 3 days means it will be 6th. So like this you can set the min date so that it will be the minimum selectable date. So by setting the min date, we are actually making dates in a range non-selectable or selectable. Like min date, you can also have max date. Suppose in this appointment system, you want to allow the user to book only up to 3 months. That is, if the min date is set as today, so how I can set the min date as today? I just have to specify new date, which will set the min date to be today. Let's see that. Save. See, today is set as the min date. As per this value, new date means it will be the current day, that is today. That is why the min date is specified as today. Now, suppose I want to allow the user to book only up to 3 months. That is the maximum allowed date should be 3 months. So, how I can do that? I can specify max date, which is the option to set the maximum selectable date. And I can set it as a string 3m, which means 3 months. Let's see that. Refresh. It is August 3rd, September 3rd, October 3rd, November 3rd. After 3rd of November, all the dates are non-selectable or disabled. So here we have made the dates from August 3rd to November 3rd as selectable, and all the other dates are non-selectable or disabled. So using the min date and max date options, you can make dates in a specific range selectable or non-selectable, and min date is the minimum selectable date and max date is the maximum selectable date. And for both min date and max date, you can set the value as a number, a string, or even a date object. For string, D stands for day, W stands for week, M stands for month, and Y stands for year. If you specify the maximum date as a number, you just have to specify plus 10, minus 10 like that. So if you set the value as plus 10, what will happen? Only up to 10 days, the dates will be selectable. So 3 plus 10 is 13. That is the maximum selectable date. After that, all the dates will be non-selectable. So you can use the min date and max date to make dates in a range selectable or non-selectable.